What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, Just Ask Kalisa, and as always, I am Kalisa. Today's video is an advice video. I got an email and she wants some advice on a situation, so I'm gonna give it to her. Before I get started, I just want to remind you to click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you can be aware of when I upload new content. My email address will be here and down below in the description box. If you need advice or want my opinion on anything, feel free to shoot me an email and I will respond to you as soon as I'm able. I have the email up on my screen, so if you see my eyes over here, it's because I'm reading the email as it was sent to me. So let's get started. This email says, "Hey girl, I need you to speak on this topic for me. I'm a lesbian and am happily married to my wife, who also has two older children who are 23 and 18. I came into the relationship when the kids were almost grown, so it's not like I got the opportunity to raise them. Now, I am black and my wife is white. I have dated outside of my race a lot, and in my experience, white people raise their kids a lot differently. I mean, my whole life, I have always been told it takes a village. Well, not in my wife's family. If a kid is being bad, they literally don't say a thing. If my nieces or nephews or even my cousins act a fool, I'm popping hands. That's just the way I was raised. I mean, my granny's whole block could whip us with no questions asked. Well, my wife kids are so lazy. They don't do anything for themselves because they have never been made accountable for their actions, and it bugs the shit out of me. It's to the point now that I am on the verge of saying something to her about it, but I don't want to say, hey, these kids are lazy as fuck, and I'm tired of taking care of them because they grown as hell. So how do I address this without being an ass about it? All right, first of all, thank you so much for your email. I'll jump into it by saying you have to communicate with her. I will also say mothers, parents in general, are very sensitive about their children, no matter how old they are. You cannot tell a mother anything wrong about her kids. In your situation, this is your wife we're talking about. So you have to talk to her. You know, if there's somebody outside of your home or outside of your life, it doesn't really affect you. But in this situation, you're going to have to address it. The key to addressing this with your wife is softening that blow, because to her, no matter what you say, it is probably going to be a blow. I don't know your wife personally, so I don't know how she takes criticism. Some people handle criticism better than others, but mothers are always going to be sensitive about their children. If I were you, I would sit her down when she's not stressed out about something, when you guys are, on a good page together, and communicate your thoughts to her. Just tell her how you feel and how it's affecting you. And as you're talking to her, try to gauge her reaction and her response and her body language, because body language speaks volumes. I know that when I'm irritated by what I'm hearing, I'll do some shit like this, you know what I'm saying? I might get a little fidgety. My face says a lot. So if she's that way, try to read her face, gauge her body language and her movements, and then go from there. You have to see what the temperature is with her and then proceed from there. Don't just hit her with the 1 2. If she's already stressed out about something, or something is worrying her or bothering her, that would not be a good time to address it with her. Instead, wait until she is in a good place, or she is, calm and everything is good, and just tell her how you feel. I mean, I don't believe in taking care of grown ass people, child or not. I understand that kids will always need guidance, they will always need our input and support. But at the same time, there's a big difference between guiding and fucking carrying an adult, whether they're your child or stepchild or whatever. There has to be a line drawn somewhere. And if it's affecting you and how you feel, your emotions matter, because it's going to spill over into your marriage if that's something that's bothering you within your marriage. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would just talk to her, tell her how it's affecting you. You can even bring up things that you've seen, or explain to her the way you explained to me. I know that you raise your children, or your family handles children differently from how my family handles kids, and maybe she needs to hear the difference from you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I completely agree with you that when we were coming up, anybody could help raise you, whether it was your grandparent or a neighbor or, a teacher. And it's different for different families, it's different for different cultures and different ethnicities and backgrounds. But in your case, I really feel like you're going to have to address this with her. And the keys are to make sure you do it at the right time, make sure you do it the right way, and you have to be prepared for some pushback because, as far as kids are concerned and their parents, a parent is going to feel protective of their child, especially when it's a negative about their child. No parent likes to hear that their child is whatever negative word, lazy or disrespectful or whatever it is. No parent wants to hear that, even if they know that it's the truth and they know that is the case. They still don't want to hear it. So I guess my final advice to you is to just take your time, think it over, process it. Don't say anything out of anger. Don't say anything without thinking it through. Address her, let her know you love her, let her know you love her children, but tell her what the issues are for you and take it from there. If you immediately get negative feedback from her or you see that her body language and her demeanor have changed, just tell her, you know what, babe, we can talk about this another time. I'm not trying to upset you. I just want you to know how I feel because we are married and we do need to, communicate. I hope it goes well. Wishing you all the best. Thank you so much for your email. To anybody else, if you have any questions or you want advice or you want my opinion, you know what to do. Send me an email and I'll get with you as soon as I'm able. Thanks so much for stopping by and catch me in the next one.